Okay, so let's start here. And let's start there. Okay, welcome everybody. This is Ted Karbowski, Cruising with Ted. Today we're going to be sharing a little time with Mia Prieto from Trafalgar Travel. Go ahead, Mia, start.
All right, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen.
Looks great.
All right, excellent. I love to hear that. So I am part of TTC Tour Brands, and TTC Tour Brands, of course, houses the ever so wonderful Trafalgar, but also we are a part of a bigger company. So TTC Tour Brands also features the following brands as well. So if you're looking for mostly 5-star, you want to be whisked away, you want to enjoy yourself in the lap of luxury, we have Luxury Gold. We also have Insight and Brendan Vacations. Those are our premium type of brands. So if you're looking for maybe something a little bit more educational, 4 and 5-star properties, Insight Vacations as well as Brendan Vacations, which does Ireland and Scotland only on the Brendan Vacation side of things. That's the perfect way to enjoy an educational immersive experience at a premium price point. Today, we're going to be discussing Trafalgar. I absolutely love Trafalgar. It's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. It's our value brand, and you're looking at 4 and 3-star hotels. It's wonderful in a sense that, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it, but there's a lot of different types of experiences that are included with Trafalgar. They're the pioneers of that. And then we have our budget minded, which is Cost Saver. Great thing about Cost Saver is that you have wonderful, comfortable hotels that have been vetted just like the rest of our properties. However, instead of having more of a structured guided tour, you're looking at a guided tour with choices along the way, which is wonderful. And then we finish off with Kentucky. Now, Kentucky is our only age restricted brand. Unfortunately, I'm sad to say that I have aged out of Kentucky. It's between 18 to 35-year-olds that travel with Kentucky. They may be traveling for the first time or maybe like a guided view of the world with people who are of their age. And Kentucky's great. I know what you're thinking, Mia. I'm not within that age range either. Maybe you are. But if you're not, we all know of someone who is. So my daughters want to do 7 days in Japan for Kentucky. So you never know who may be interested in even one of our age-restricted brands like Kentucky. So moving right along, why we're here, right? We're going to be talking about Trafalgar. Trafalgar is wonderful. We literally have tours for any and everyone. It's just one of those experiences that is truly immersive. We'll talk a little bit more about our Be My Guest experiences as we move on, but we do ask when you're on a Trafalgar to tour differently. We want you to feel the excitement of being on a Trafalgar tour. When you're on a Trafalgar tour, you are able to get immersed with the locals and just really have a great time while you're there. So of course, we say tour differently, the best of Europe unlocked. I do have some US a little bit to kind of throw in there for you as well today. So we always invite you to see the must-see local experiences. You might want to see the icons, whatever the case may be. It's always there for you, but we like to mix it in with some one-of-a-kind experiences. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. Responsible travel is huge for us. So you saw our 6 brands. No matter which one of our 6 brands you choose to go on, you will still be able to be part of our Make Travel Matter movement. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that as time progresses. And of course, we have the travel directors. Everything's taken care of, and we'll talk a little bit more about it too. So we were just talking about these must-see local secrets, right? So let's hop right in. I'm going to show you a video of a really fun, must-see local experience. This is in Welcome to Colorado. really fun. So the 4x4 Jeep tour is something that you could do with our Welcome to Colorado itinerary. It's just something that's really unique. You may also find yourself in Europe, and we might do something as fun as on our Paris Explorer to cook the Parisian way, right? So basically, the fun thing about these type of things is not only are you with someone, a chef, sometimes it could be a world-renowned chef that's teaching you how to cook, you also will be able to eat what you cooked. I'm very food motivated. I'm sure a lot of you guys are. If you're foodies, throw what your favorite meal is on the chat, because it's always just so much fun to try new things while you're traveling, and even to cook a little bit, try it. And then a lot of times you'll be able to take a recipe card home so that you can share that experience with your family and friends. And the thing that I love about that is that you can take your vacation with you when you go back home. Who doesn't want to do that, right? As an experience. So we love you to dive into that culture. Now, of course, as we always say, we want you to see the icons, right? If you're in London, you definitely want to see Big Ben. You want to maybe see the Eiffel Tower when you're in Paris, right? All of these icons are just so important to see. But we also enjoy these one-of-a-kind experiences. Now, Be My Guest is something that's very specific to Trafalgar. I'll show you a little bit more about that right now. And when you're staying in hotels, a lot of our hotels are stays with stories. So they may have special stories within the destinations that they're located at. Maybe it could be a castle that was given down from generation to generation, and you'll have the proprietors talk about how much they love that time that they've spent throughout the years, and sometimes even more than years. It could be a century of time, and they love to share that with you. This is why I love Trafalgar so much. So as I had mentioned, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of those stays with stories. So what you're looking at right now in Castles and Manors is Abbeyglin Castle. This is located right in Ireland. I always get asked, Mia, do you have any itineraries that include Abbeyglin Castle? Absolutely, we do. Not only do you stay in this gorgeous castle, but you're also able to see the vistas around it. I wish this could show you like all of the manicured gardens and kind of that history behind it. So you're not only staying like, you know, at a Marriott hotel. A lot of times you're staying at these unique type of places, which makes it fabulous. Now, I do have a little bit to show you. There's a beautiful view right here with Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel. Absolutely incredible. Oh, it's not playing. Hold on. Oh, it's not playing today. That's a shame. So basically, the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel is absolutely fabulous. As you can see, it's perched right upon the hilltop, and it's overlooking this beautiful water. It's just so serene, so gorgeous, and it's such a beautiful part of town. It's something that you really wouldn't want to miss. Who wouldn't want to see this at Glacier National Park, am I right? So that's also another stays with stories. So a lot of our itineraries do include a stay with stories. It could be multiple, just depending on itineraries. So let's go ahead and take a look at that Be My Guest that I was telling you a little bit about. This one will play. Here you go.
The beauty of a destination is its people.
Ciao. Konnichiwa.
G'day.
Bonjour. Hello. Ciao.
Whatever the welcome, it's through people you learn. You hear great stories. You share good food. And have good conversations. You feel welcome like a friend. Wherever you go, know that a local will be waiting. Every tour, every continent, welcome to Be My Guest, the original local travel experience.
Puppy not necessarily included, it just depends. I get asked that all the time. So one of the beautiful things about the Be My Guest experience is that you do get to have meals, it could be a lunch, it could be a little bit of a wine tasting with the owners of these particular beautiful, it could be a winery, it could be pretty much anywhere. So all of our Trafalgar experiences will have at least one Be My Guest experience within. Great thing about that is that our website, our brochures, we always specify which one of the experiences may be a Be My Guest or a Stays with Story. Ted and his team would also be able to let you know, okay, on this particular itinerary, this is what you're going to be looking at for Be My Guest. This is what you'd be looking at for Stays with Stories. And then also we'll talk a little bit about our responsible travel, which is Make Travel Matter. So these are the type of experiences, like I said, like maybe you are going to see an icon, but these are the things that you actually remember. So to share with that as well, one of our Be My Guest experiences is at the Billings Depot, and it's just such a cool, really wonderful, just different experience that you would get at the National Park Wonders itinerary. Take a look at that. See, again, this just has so much to offer. It just shows you exactly how the gentleman was speaking of, you could tell just from the video alone, how he was speaking about the history of the place, where his family usually falls into place with that story. It's just really incredible to see these people who have these small businesses open up their doors and share the experience with you every step of the way, which is really neat. Now, in Europe, in the Loire Valley, and I should say specifically, this is in France, this would be in our Best of France itinerary. You are able to explore Chateau Villandré, and I'm going to show you just a little bit about it. It is unbelievably spectacular. The chateau has the most beautiful, I'm not sure if it'll show you in this video, but it has the most beautiful gardens. It's just unbelievable the way they meticulously care for it. And you'll see the proprietor now and how she shares her experience with Trafalgar. Gorgeous.
Bonjour, my name is Béatrice. I'm the owner of this estate, which is called La Giraudière, which is situated in Villandry in France. This is a farm from the 17th century. We work the land, we have 17 hectares. We have animals and the restaurant. When Trafalgar comes, I think what is very special is that they know they arrive into a real rural atmosphere of France. They will see our everyday life. I think that is very important for them because it's very rare. This is an experience that you can only see with Trafalgar. I think the experience they like is that we receive them as friends and we talk together and we explain what is important for them when they come here. I know that when they come, they are happy because they laugh a lot, they talk a lot, and they give me full of kisses. It's a very friendly atmosphere. I really feel happy because they arrive and they give life to those buildings which I love, and this is very important for me. This is my home, and I look forward to welcome you in l'étape gourmande.
As you can see, again, just another really incredible immersive experience right there. I mean, the chateau's been around since the 1700s. Just a wonderful must-see when you're there, and you will be able to do that with Trafalgar. Also, there's the Murillo family, and they have their own olive farm. So if you're on the Spanish Wonder, you would be able to see that firsthand. Very, very similar. Now, if you do have any family members that you'd like to travel with, we do have Family Fun with Trafalgar. Beautiful thing about that is that there's so many different family tours that we have to choose from, and I'm just highlighting a couple of them. But in the gladiators, gondolas, and gold, you can do pizza making. So it's almost like a family version of what we saw in our France, where we were doing the food making. Very neat, same experience, but more family friendly. Also, you could be a Roman soldier. We have that too available. And if you are doing castles and kilts, so much fun in England. You could, if you're a Harry Potter fan, I have so many kids and adults, it doesn't matter the age. They love to take advantage and do the Harry Potter highlights in London. Go to platform three and I can't even speak. Go to platform 3 and 4 quarters and just enjoy yourself, right? It's just such a neat experience. 9 and 3 quarters. That's what I meant to say. It's been a long day. And then probably one of the most important and near and dear to my heart is our responsible travel. And so one of our things that we get to see, and I will tell you everyone, I will be in Italy next week, so I'll get to experience this on our Italy Bellissimo tours and actually on a couple others. We do have a Make Travel Matter experience. I do want to show you this quick video because what Marta does is incredible. So I'm going to share that with you right now. She's in Perugia. Let me go ahead and share that.
Hi everyone, I'm Marta. I'm the great-granddaughter of Giuditta Brozzetti. She founded this atelier in 1921, and now, after 4 generations, we are one of the last weaving studios in Italy. You can imagine how glad I am to work here every day. Please follow me. I'm gonna show you where I design my creations. This machine is original from 1750, but the technique is medieval, and I'm still use it. This is a pedal loom, and I control the warp with my feet. For every different position of the pedals, I have a different point of design, and I'm making the design with my feet. I hope you enjoyed this little tour, and I look forward to seeing you all again. Ciao!
I don't know how she does it generally, but you saw those boots. I don't even know how she does it with those boots. It's just absolutely incredible, the work that they do. She also does kind of have a school as well, so that art doesn't die. And that's part of our kind of like people and culture when it comes to Make Travel Matter. We want these traditions to continue to move on for generations and generations. So that's part of what we do with Trafalgar.
Every guest that we have an opportunity to spend time with and to share our culture and share really pertinent information is such an important step for us to connect with other people in the world, to share about Indigenous culture, and more importantly, it gives us an opportunity to share some of the hard truths that we have here, and such as truth and reconciliation, and how our guests know very clearly that when they come on a walk with us, that they're supporting the efforts of truth and reconciliation. They're really supporting the efforts, the strong efforts of ensuring Indigenous tourism and Indigenous people in this country benefit at a very high level. So yes, our partnership with Trafalgar is crucial for ensuring the longevity of Indigenous tourism.
And that was in our Canadian Rockies itinerary. Also, we also support Venetian glass blowing. We don't want that art to die either. So that's part of what you'll see. One of the things, I know that you're thinking, these are great experiences, but what's included, right? And in my trip, right? I'm going ahead on this wonderful trip to whatever itinerary you decide to go on. just know that everything is taken care of for you. So we do have the best travel directors and drivers that you could possibly find. They are your on the road team, right? So the great thing about it is if you're going to a foreign country, our experts know the language of the locals. They are able to help you every step of the way. They are incredible. We have obtained really, really high marks and scores. One thing that a lot of people aren't aware of is that a lot of our travel directors were actually travel managers with Kentucky, the age-restricted brand that I was telling you guys about first. So they do kind of go through this rigorous training before they're even going on the road with Trafalgar, which is really important. Also, things like your porterage, that's also included, and the team takes care of that for you every step of the way too. So any of you who have been on a Trafalgar already is probably wondering, okay, that's great. I already know a lot of this, or thanks for the refresher, but what's new, right? We do have some brand spanking new itineraries that I can share. We'll start off with one of our US itineraries. So we're looking at the best of the Pacific Northwest. So this is going to start you in Seattle, get you to Mount St. Helens. You'll go to Portland, experience all the wonderfulness that you see there, connect into North Bend. And of course, because it's just such that long way, you're going to spend some time in Eureka, and then you're going to finish with 2 nights in San Francisco. Excellent, excellent itinerary. I don't think you can beat it in regards to the destinations that you'll be going to. That is brand spanking new for 2025, I should mention. So Ted and his team could definitely take care of that for you and go ahead and get that booked, as well as our other itineraries, of course. Now, if you're looking for something more Europe-centric, I've got news for you because we have added highlights of Germany, which is absolutely spectacular. So you're going to start off in 2 nights in Berlin. You'll move over to Dresden, see some great sights along the way. Of course, you're going to go to Nuremberg, the Black Forest, and then end in Munich. So this is an absolutely wonderful itinerary if you're looking for something to just kind of hit those important sites that you want to see while you're there. We had gotten a lot of positive feedback with our Germany itineraries that we already had, but someone said, hey, can you compile some really great highlights for us? And we said, absolutely. So we came up with this highlights of Germany itinerary. And I've got one more really neat one to share. I like to share the best for last. That's just how I am. So we have added another US itinerary as well. And that is the Alaskan Northern Lights itinerary. Everyone's been talking about seeing the aurora lately, and you know, do you have to go all the way to Iceland? Do you have to go all the way to Norway, you know, or no, absolutely not. You can actually see them in Alaska. So we will start you off in Fairbanks. Look at that, the Alaska Railroad. You'll also go to Denali. Then you're going to make your way all the way through, and then you'll end in Anchorage. The great thing about these is that they're about around 7 to 8 nights, depending on the itinerary. So they're very easy, attainable, quick in and out. If you don't have all the time to spare, but you want to see all the highlights, these new itineraries are for you. They're perfect. So as you can see, you'll have some beautiful sights there. And I want to take a moment to, well, actually, I'm going to pass through this one real quick because we've seen a lot of Be My Guests, but I do want to say that Trafalgar itself, well, I should say TTC, the travel corporation, the company I work for, we utilize a third-party company that rates us. We don't know who the guests are. It's a secret survey. It goes to our guests directly and we get a rating back. And so we're so proud to say that on FIFO, we are a 4.6. There's so many things that can happen within a tour. So to be as high as a 4.6 is incredible. So our guests have spoken. They love the tours that we have, and we're happy to have them, as you can see. So I always say, don't take my word for it. Let the statistics talk for me. And so there you have it. Also, I just wanted to let you know, for those of you who are in right now, I almost zoomed past this and I don't want to do that. We have a show special. So anyone who is watching, even if they're not here right now because they're working or whatever the case may be, we have a save $100 per person when you go ahead and book within 14 days after today. So up until November 13th. This is specific just to you. No one else is getting this. So just be aware that you have that available to you. And of course, restrictions do apply, but it's usually fine across the board. And I just want to say thank you. Reach out to Ted. He actually has some really good insight as well. So Ted, I'm going to stop share so that you
Okay.
can share.
Great job, Mia. There's a question here.
Okay, great.
Gregory Caldwell had talked about some of the tours he's been on, and here's the question: how much time is average on your own time to venture around on your own? We didn't have that very much time at all on our tour in Italy with it wasn't with Trafalgar, but they did a tour there, and
Yeah.
oh, I'm trying to read this. Can you see it here? We were gone 8 to 12 hours many times. It was an excellent trip, though. We maybe want a little more time to wander on our own.
Yeah, it really depends on the itinerary. We do try to give you some on your own time, especially when we know that you're going to be in specific destinations where you could do multiple things. So it really just depends on what itinerary you're looking at. And even on a country perspective, we could have multiple itineraries. So my recommendation is to speak with Ted, kind of work out which itinerary you think works best for you, because there may be one that has a little bit more on your own time than another, and be able to work out those details. We do pretty well with it though. Like I said, if we know it's a destination where you may want to have a little bit of on your own time, we do try to account for that.
Also, we have another person here. Hold on.
Sure.
Katie Donahue is going next month on a Christmas markets
Lovely. I
venture.
love that.
She's going on the Christmas market tour starting in Vienna. Do you have any comment on that or anything you want to say about the Christmas market tour?
I have heard some really wonderful things specific to the Christmas markets tour. I think on a sense, doing it the way you're doing it is probably optimal. I know some people will come in like on river cruise sometimes and they feel like they're not getting enough time in the markets themselves and they always feel rushed. So this is a great opportunity for you to really get in there and enjoy it. I would just say make sure you dress accordingly. It is going to be cold, but it's going to be a wonderful experience that you will never forget.
All right, that's awesome. Anything else you want to say? I'm just pulling up my slides here, Mia.
No, I do. Oh, yes, I should mention too. Anyone who's looking to travel still within the year, maybe you haven't booked your travel yet. We have some fantastic 2024 prices going on right now, some promotions. And then for 2025, we do have a lot of itineraries for 2025 on sale, and a lot of those are combinable with your kind of like with your show event promo. So you want to take advantage of that too.
All right, that's awesome, Mia. So let me talk a little bit more about some things you might want to know before you travel. So, I traveled a lot with different travel companies, and every company's unique. I think Trafalgar is it gives you a great insight the areas you're going to. It's not overpriced, but you're going to find some nice hotels. I think the feature of it is the travel director. So let's talk about 5 things to know before traveling with Trafalgar. One of the things is complete strangers will quickly become friends. Number two, don't overlook the optional experiences. And no matter where you're going, bring a scarf. And our travel directors are better than any guidebook and brush up on your social media skills. Okay, those are my tips. So let's talk more about this. So let's talk about this thing here. Complete strangers will quickly become old friends, even if you're joining the trip as a solo traveler. And Mia, by the way, there are a lot of people that travel solo, right?
Absolutely. I would say guided is probably one of the easiest and also most surprisingly most affordable ways to travel. Sometimes with cruising, it could be even up to like 200% additionally that you pay. So it's almost like paying double when you go solo. When you travel solo with us, there's a very low single supplement. So it's very popular with solo travelers because sometimes it ends up even being a lot more cost effective for them.
That's a good point. So your travel director, your travel companions, your driver, will all become old friends as you experience some of the greatest moments of your life together. And you'll have a chance to learn about a world of cultures, not just those of the destinations you visit. Correct, Mia?
Absolutely. I mean, as you saw, it was with Chateau Villandre. Oh my goodness, I can't remember her name now, but she was saying how she gets hugs and kisses, and things like that. It's just such a fun atmosphere. And yes, not only do you get to meet the locals, but you get to meet the people who are like-minded, who love to travel just like you do.
That's a good point. All right, let's go to the next one. Don't overlook the optional experiences. Culture immersion, okay? Each of your trips include amazing experiences that show you the must-see sites. They take you to our travel director's favorite hidden gems and immerse you into the culture of each destination you visit. How does that work, Mia?
True. A lot of bear in mind too, kind of like what I hinted to you earlier, a lot of our travel directors started out maybe with Kentucky. They've been in the business for years. They know these locations like the back of their hands. So let's say maybe you do have some on your own time and you decide that you want to find a great restaurant. Maybe you want the travel director to give you a list of places to visit or something. That's what they do all day. They know the location better than anyone. And our travel directors are so well versed where they're at. You really rarely see them bouncing around. So they're always there to show you what's the best places and even places that are off the beaten path if you're looking for something a little bit more of like maybe where the locals go or something like that. They always have great insight.
And tell me, are the travel directors unique to Trafalgar, or do they work for a bunch of different companies, or how does that work?
Trafalgar, I'm not aware that they work with any other companies as far as I know. They've always worked with us for the most part. Like I said, the majority of them are coming from Kentucky. If anything, you may see them like on an Insight Vacations tour or something on occasion, but that's usually the bulk of what you'll see.
Well, Insight Vacation again is part of the company. In
That's
fact,
one of mine. That's right.
not only do you have Insight and the luxury brand,
Yes,
Luxury
luxury
Gold.
gold. Mhm.
What else do you have? You also have the cruise line,
We
right?
do have Uniworld River Cruises. That's our sister brand. I do not represent them. However, they are spectacular. So if you are looking for river cruising, Uniworld is definitely the way to go. They do it right. That's what I always say.
But
Um,
what I'm saying is you have so many tour guides and touches to all these different countries.
yes.
So I mean, your presence in Europe, India, different countries is immense, I would think.
Absolutely. Yes, we are definitely worldwide. Trafalgar alone, here's a little trivia for you. Trafalgar alone has over 300 itineraries, which is incredible. So with all of our brands, under the tour brands, we have over 1,000 itineraries and we touch 6 continents as well, which is incredible.
And how long has your company been doing this?
Well, Trafalgar's been around since 1945. It's
Okay.
been a long time.
Wow.
Kentucky and some of our other brands have even been around since the 60s. So we have centuries, I like to joke, of experience.
Well, you look pretty young if you've been working since 1945. How do you keep that young look?
I wish. I've been in the travel industry myself for about 25 years, though.
Okay, all right.
I haven't
But
quite
just
made
getting
it to
started.
Trafalgar standard yet, Ted.
No, but I know she does a great job. Okay, we digress a little bit. Optional experiences. We carefully curate a selection of optional experiences for every itinerary we offer. These are created to let you dive into even deeper into the nature, culture, and history of the places we visit. Now, again, these optional experiences cannot be discounted. Could you give us an example of a couple of them? Like if you're going to Greece, or if you're going to Italy, what are you going to do that no one else offers?
Well, with our optional experiences, this is one of the things that I like, Ted, especially when it comes to when it comes to the booking process. So
Hmm.
basically, we always let you know upfront what the optional experiences are going to be. Optional experiences, yes, will cost a little bit more. However, they will allow you to optimize while you're there, right? So if you choose to not do anything, you'll have your on your own time and you could feel free to do whatever you'd like. Maybe ask the travel director what you want to do. Now, the great thing is you're able to see everything up front. However, you don't have to book it until you're there. So maybe you had a really busy, when I was in Norway, it was very active. So for me to add some of my optional activities that I wanted, the optional experiences that I thought I wanted to do was a little bit overkill. So the good thing is you don't book them until you're there, which is wonderful. So we don't expect you to go ahead and book those right away. There's not a line, you're not going to miss out. It's not like when you're on a cruise and you have to book something, like 120 some odd days out in order to even get on it. We don't do that. It's a very nice process with us.
Okay, so no matter where you're going, bring a scarf. You may be skeptical about this one, but trust us, you're going to be so happy. And we gave you this piece of advice. That's why you should understand. Or, similar thing, article clothing for a man. It will warm you when it's cool, protect you if it's rainy or hot. You can snooze on it and actually even wear one. A good scarf can make a simple outfit look fab. In hot destinations, it's perfect for overly air-conditioned restaurants or museums, and it's perfect cover-up when visiting religious sites. That's very important, by the way. Some religious
Yeah,
sites, you will not get in unless, whatever the local custom is. It's the most
yeah,
versatile accessory in your travel arsenal. So, that including just having some nice, simple clothes that are comfortable, and you don't have to, be the top dresser for every excursion. But, little things like this make a big difference. What do you have to say on that, Mia?
yeah, I agree with that. I actually was in Istanbul not too long ago, and it was pretty warm. But I did bring a scarf with me, small. I folded it up, kept it in. I had like a little front carrier pack, kept it in there. And of course, we needed it when we wanted to see the mosques, and you might be visiting certain locations, and it helps. Also, we realized that especially where like the hotels were concerned in different destinations. Although it was hot outside, it was really cold inside of them. So it was very helpful to have that. Also, we do want to look cute, but the most important thing, have some comfortable shoes. I always like to wear just a comfortable pair of plain white sneakers, and that'll keep me going all day long. So no matter what you're wearing, you'll still look chic in a nice pair of white sneakers.
Good point. All right, a couple more slides here. We're going to let you go. All right. Our travel directors are better than any guidebook. And this is a mistake I have made again and again. Before I go, I get all those guidebooks. I try to read everything and
Yeah.
but so then I'm kind of lost when the people are talking, but you got to be in present moment listening what they say. Leave the guidebooks at home. You can buy the guidebooks and download the travel apps, which is also good, but really is no better resource than our travel directors, fountains of knowledge brimming
Yeah.
over with the best travel tips. They know each destination like the back of their hand. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Mia.
They really do. It's so true. I remember having some on your own time when I was in Norway. And my guide was able to shoot out like different places to visit on our on your own time. And it was incredible. I mean, there were things that I didn't even see in my guidebook because I did do a little bit of research first that I was able to experience, which I thought were phenomenal. So yeah, kind of let the fun happen. Leave the guidebooks at home. Let the travel directors help you out. That's what they're there for. They know every destination, like if it's home for them. So let them help you.
Great. And our travel guides are the best, as well as being passionate about travel and unlocking the absolute best travel experience possible in a personalized way. For
Yeah,
every single traveler, they have been trained, retrained, and trained some more. So we can confidently say they are the best in the business.
that's a fact.
All right.
That is
Anybody
a
that's
fact.
been on one of these, you'll know, you can hear it from them. By the way, we do have a Facebook group for Trafalgar Travel. sponsored by Cruising with Ted. You're welcome to go to that. Brush up on your social media skills. Most people have a love-hate relationship with social media, and some people have no relationship with social media at all. Regardless, the fact remains that it is a great way to share your travel experience with friends, family, and if you're so inclined, the world. Sharing your favorite travel photos on Instagram or Facebook or whatever your mode is also a great way to share your memories with your newfound travel family, your travel companions, and travel director. Tag each other and make sure that people can appreciate the great shot you took of them at the Grand Canyon. All right, so now that you're privy to our best travel tips, you're armed with everything you need to know to have the holiday of a lifetime. Okay. Anybody else want to share something on that? See if there's anything else that come up. Um,
No, I agree with that.
Greg, go
When
ahead.
I was on my last tour recently,
Uh-huh.
I met so many people, and to this day, I want to say it's been 2 years now since I've been at least on my Norway tour. And
Uh-huh.
we talk to each other all the time. It's just such a great thing. We have just so much in common because of it, and we just love it. So yeah, it's a great way to make friends.
So, are you ready to plan your next vacation? Leave the planning to Ted and enjoy extra perks. Remember, we have decades and decades to the turn of the century working with tens of thousands of travelers just like yourself. So we know how to compare all the different travel companies, which time of year is the best time to go, things to look out for. We have extra perks. And we have look into the diff chats. We have I direct you to different travel guides, places to find information, our website. Everything is there for you all in one place on our cruisingwithted.com website. So please contact us, cruisingwithted.com at 954-290-8626. Hello at cruisingwithted.com. So if you're looking to work with Trafalgar, I have experts just like me, Mia, who are there to help me learn more about how to sell the product, how to present it, how to get more people interested. So we are experts, and we have different travel providers dedicating to make us successful. Correct, Mia?
Absolutely, absolutely. Although Trafalgar's the best, I agree with you, Ted.
Okay, of course. So I want to thank you for attending today, and thank you for your patience. Mia, thank you so much. Anything else
Thank
you wanted to
you.
say?
Thank you so much for having me, and thanks so much for joining. We so look forward to having each and every one of you travel with us. We know that once you've traveled with us, you won't want to stop. There's just so much to choose from, and there's so much to see in the world. So we look forward to having you soon.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Keep traveling. Cruising with Ted signing out. Bye bye.
Thanks, Ted. Thanks, everybody. Bye bye.